OG Anunoby has played himself into the starting lineup in just his rookie season, going from 23rd pick to a solid player already. He's been starting almost the entire season and probably the Raptors' best season ever. So by now it's likely that you've heard of him, but just who is this promising rookie with an awesome name? Well, it turns out OG is actually a nickname, and his real name is Ogugwa, which is also really cool. He was born in London, England, but is of Nigerian descent. He plays small forward and is 6'8", 235 pounds, with a 7'5" wingspan. He was expected to be a lottery pick early on, but an ACL tear in college lowered his draft stock. He ended up going 23rd to the Raptors, which still looked to be pretty low for how solid he was with Indiana in college. He may have been seen as a risk because of injury to some GMs. However, he was moved into the starting lineup within the first few games of the season, and has definitely been solid this whole time. So what is it that makes OG solid, and why is he so important to this year's Raptors team? Looking at this year's Raptors, there was and still is a bit of concern about depth at the wing position. Our three players in those roles are OG Anunoby, CJ Miles, and Norman Powell. Just looking at these three, I would have assumed CJ Miles would start and Norman Powell would be his backup, with OG contributing in a small role like a lot of rookies do. However, OG is averaging the most minutes out of all three with 20 minutes per game. Miles is at 18 minutes a game and Powell is at 16. So you can see that the minutes are more evenly distributed as opposed to having one main starter, a main bench player, and a main role player. They share the minutes at this position. So why start OG over Miles at small forward? OG is still raw and he is not the complete player that he will be yet, but he does have all-around talent. It's unpolished, but he is an all-around player. And his ringer is his energy on the defensive end. He's young, quick, very athletic, and loves to hustle. So having him at small forward right out of the gate brings the Raptors a lot of energy on the defensive end to start the game. Having OG at the 3 spot to start the game helps make opportunities for the Raptors scorers early on. And his athleticism alone is a big help to guarding the more talented players in the league, especially at the small forward position. He's not an elite defender yet, but his athleticism and size are enough to bother his defenders. He has a defensive rating of 107 per 100 possessions. What's exciting about him though is that his defense isn't his only attribute. I said earlier that he's an all-around talent, and that definitely raises his potential. He's a part of the starting lineup because he is capable of being a part of the rotation on offense, meaning he can pass the ball, rebound, and shoot the 3. In his limited role, he's averaging 6 points, 2.3 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 0.8 steals, on 45% shooting from the field, and he's shooting 35% from 3. He's averaging 1 made 3-pointer per game. His per 36 minutes numbers are 10 points, 4.3 rebounds, 1.4 assists, and 2 steals, which could be his per game numbers in just a few seasons. Having OG's athleticism and energy in the starting lineup and Miles' shooting off the bench works to balance out the minutes at that position. Powell is wildly athletic but inconsistent, and that's why he has the least minutes out of all three. A rookie being able to make an impact this early is not easy to find. It's exciting to think about where he could be in a couple years. He definitely puts the Raptors in a good place when you think about continuity. Depending on how he develops, he could one day be one of our main pieces. Thanks for watching, everybody.